up, you guys? After Show Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Supergirl. This is the season 4 finale, season 4 episode 22. So yeah, last week we ended with like Brainiac being like evil and Supergirl dying and coming back to life with plants and Alex remembering. So yeah, also, I just want to put this in everybody's minds. Last week's thumbnail for Supergirl was like Brainy going like this, you know? And honestly, to me, it's like a Head and Shoulders commercial or a L'Oreal commercial, you know? Try and get that out of your head now. Anyways, let's go through some comments. Personally, I loved the way Alex got her memory back. It's cheesy for sure, but I loved that the sisterly love overpowered John's mind wipe. I mean, it's cute having like the sisterly love overpower it, but I don't know. It seems a bit far-fetched to me. I don't know. The plans reviving Kara was even more cheesy and also very silly, but the science checks out, kinda. The plants do still have sunlight in them. I can't take it seriously because it's so silly, but I like it. Fair enough. It was very pretty. You have reached the one moment in Supergirl I couldn't suspend my disbelief for. Supergirl pulling in sunlight from grass was too ridiculous for me. Nah, I do agree with you. I don't know, like, it just kind of like, does that make Kryptonians like even more overpowered? Because like, they have like a sunlight thing, like they need, you know, sunlight, but there was no sunlight, so I don't know. Also, she like punched her into from daytime into nighttime, and that was kind of weird, right? I don't know. Okay, I have a lot of things to say about this episode, so please excuse my long string of comments. Oh, okay. Well, it's gonna be fun. I agree that the rules of kryptonite keep changing and it's difficult to know its actual properties, but in this instance, I don't think Kara was saying she developed an immunity to it. She was just making a point that she has experienced the pain many, many times and since she landed on Earth, while Red Daughter has only experienced it a few times, therefore she's a lot more used to it. What you're explaining to me is developing immunity. Being used to something is like developing kind of an immunity to it. It's not like an actual proper immunity, but it's an immunity nonetheless. And what it does to her, and that makes her better at handling or ignoring the pain. At least that's how I interpret it. Yeah, but ignoring or tolerating the pain doesn't mean that she would still have the strength to break through the chains, which would still require her superhuman powers. The kryptonite, particularly the green variety, is pretty universal in that it takes away or severely weakens a Kryptonian's powers before ultimately killing them. She had the bullet lodged in her, yet she could still free herself. Yeah, it was a bit... Well, she wasn't exposed to very much of it for very long. It wasn't the same as times where she had been running through her system. Breaking those chains is like ripping off a piece of paper to Kara. So what she used was the strength that she had left to do that. Plus, after she jumped out the window, she fell pretty long ways before she actually started flying, which means it was still affecting her enough that she couldn't fly until she got far enough away. But she still had a bullet in her, didn't she? But not so much that she couldn't break the chains or break through the window without injury. My point is, if she wasn't able to fly yet, and her skin was weak enough that a bullet could penetrate it, then she shouldn't have had the strength to free herself from the steel chains. I agree. I do agree with that. Supergirl healing by absorbing sunlight out of plants is straight out of the Dark Knight Returns comic series. Okay. in that it was Clark that did it in the miniseries. That miniseries is considered one of the best ever made for how it depicted a retired Bruce Wayne. I will have to check that out at the GNs at some point, because the only exposure I have to The Dark Knight Rises is the animated movie, which was lackluster in my opinion. I agree. I just need to mention that I can't imagine what Lena must have gone through growing up with Lillian as a mother. I mean, who the hell pays a daughter pays a 12 to 13 year old $14,000? Obviously I'm sure there's much worse she could have did, but when I heard that for the first time I was pretty shocked. I also love when the writers show the part of Lena that's Luthor without having her do anything bad. I found the poison thing pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, like, it's still, like, a bad thing to do. And I think it was a good way to show that she still has those genes. Yeah, I agree. But it's still a bad thing to do regardless. The reason that James started experiencing symptoms due to the Harunel so much later than Lockwood did was because when he was in the hospital, Lena administered a diluted and properly prepped dose, which Lockwood would have been injecting himself with the concentrated version, which is basically straight liquid Harunel. Yeah, but like, they said they stabilized it. That's kind of the thing. And if that's the case, right, then shouldn't Lex be dealing with that too? Because he also used it. I know it's cheesy, but I think the reason the writers chose to bring Alex's memories back the way that they did was because they wanted to show how strong her and Kara's emotional connection is. Alex knows that Kara's been working on finding Lex at Catco, and things escalate and get more and more dangerous for Kara, which makes Alex anxious for her safety. When Alex sees Supergirl fighting and losing, and it's as if something in her brain connects, her emotional instincts kicked in. She realizes that's her sister in serious danger and she needs to help her. I don't know if I explained that well, but the goal was to have Alex remember in a more natural way than forcing her to. I understand that, and I like the concept, but I just don't think it works, because like the whole point is that was erased from her memory. I think that the only way to get that kind of thing back should be to, you know, use John to do that, to bring it back. Because otherwise, I don't know, I think it's just, remembering on your own is a bit strange, I think. It makes John's ability to do that kind of dumb. Like, less powerful? I don't know, I can't word what I'm trying to say. Anytime I need a good cry, it's camp, it's Christmas, but outside of the crossovers, this might be my favorite Arrowverse episode. Interesting. Really? Okay. The Flash finale has an end credit scene after the flashlight. Yes, I watched that. Yeah, I never missed that stuff. There was like one time that I missed it, and it was something that was in every single episode, so I don't know. Alright, well, let's get into the episode.
Kara Danvers got away. I failed you.
Ooh, the trailer makes it look so good.
You could never
I'm not gonna lie.
Ogam, zakazniu, I za Mr. Lutera, w ataku!
Random music. Where did I heard this song before? That looks cool, I'm not gonna lie. I really like that we've gotten Alexis to live action.
betrayed me. Betrayed Kasnia.
What can I say?
Shocker.
I'm proud to be an American.
I trusted you, Alex.
You're either dumb or staggeringly naive. Defending poor, broken Kasnia is little small potatoes for Lex Luthor, but perhaps more significantly, I hate Kryptonians. And what are you?
In light of this new evidence, I have pardoned Mr. Luthor. I am appointing him the new Secretary of Alien Affairs. Because of his heroics today,
Mr. Luthor sends his regards.
Oh my gosh.
I've never seen anything like this.
Get used to it, stupid. Mr. Luthor needs stuff built for his refinery.
Nicholas stupid.
Now you can get to work.
No powers.
Shelley Island. This place is surrounded by power dampening pylons.
Let me guess. You're having the president tied up in the treaty room.
Puppets don't need to be tied up, Lena. You just hang them up by their string.
Well, why don't you put a blonde wig on the president and sell him and Eve as a matching set? Now.
You harnessing their power to be used and sold. Sort of like supercharged disposable batteries.
That's vile.
Vile and viable. As another world leader once said, I don't see why men shouldn't be as cruel as nature.
Try not to quote Hitler in public, dear.
Oh my god.
The first batch of depleted aliens will charge the satellite weapon that will turn Argo into a blazing inferno and Superman into, well, ash.
May I speak with you privately? Our plan was to have a lifetime supply of energy. You'll waste half of that attacking Argo. Don't throw everything away over this obsession with Superman.
Superman will be destroyed by my hand.
It's interesting that, like,
He will burn. Come on.
we've never even had them meet on screen before, but, like,
Our victory.
it's still
deserves
displaying his
fireworks.
anger towards Superman. It's great. Let's go!
The time is exactly now.
Guys, Lex's alien
Oh,
power
wow, he
facility
even
is at
accounted for
Shelley
this.
Island. You anticipated me being here?
And she is here. She's wondering in this exact moment how she can contact us. Because an astral projectee can place themselves in any environment, but they cannot interact with that environment.
So how is this a good plan? Thank you.
Oh, so they can't see, none of them can see her.
Cancer may have aged you prematurely, but you're still as sharp as ever. So,
Ah,
what's stopping you from shooting me and
interesting
your sister?
way to
Call
explain
me
his age.
crazy. The people of Earth believe I am their savior. They needed a human hero, and I fulfill that need. Nothing will ever change their minds. Facts are irrelevant. I am the leader of this nation now. And nothing can stop me. Prost.
I feel like you wouldn't have fighting experience. Just being like, I don't know, I feel like you wouldn't have that much fighting experience, to be honest.
Going to try to use your psychic powers to overload the core.
I told you there was a way.
There is only an 18% chance that this attempt will succeed, yet a 98% chance that the effort will kill you.
During the battle for my home planet, I ran. Millions died. I will not make that same mistake again.
You wretched little traitor.
What the hell are these guys in the background doing? What kind of secret service are you?
My girl.
You're bleeding.
I'm okay.
Again, I thought he was stabilized.
How are you alive? How did you do it?
How do you think I did it? I'm Supergirl.
Just like your cousin. No matter how many times I stamp you out, you miraculously resurface with your glossy
Kind of
cape
just
and
reminds me
your
of like
perfect hair.
a
Let me let
Batman.
you in on a little secret, Lex.